Yeah, no, she's recording now.
She's like,
Like,
That was funny.
alright, let's talk about Twitter.
alright.
Who's on Twitter? Anybody? You guys are on Twitter now?
Yeah, no, I know that.
I gotta clean my Twitter.
Clean it up?
Yeah.
It's, I just leave all my stuff in there.
I have 7,000 people follow me, but I'm not exactly sure why.
You must be doing something right.
It's good.
I guess.
RT, retweet. Okay. When you have a brand new page and you're not sure of what content to post, because Twitter's a little intimidating at first because you don't really see anyone. You're just kind of there, and you're just tweeting out into the atmosphere, and who knows if somebody's going to see it or not, right? You can use some hashtags, but not very many because you're limited by 140 characters. So whatever you're going to say has to be really important, right? So what I used to do is, the first thing you want to do is follow everybody in your industry. Across the board. You don't even need to follow me because I post stupid stuff on Twitter right now. But it's about, well, you can follow me because I'm going to make it cool, so.
Follow everyone in your industry. Okay.
And then follow their followers too. Because you get the access to their lists. So awesome. And then, as you follow them, you're going to start, you want to log in at least once a day and see what they're saying in your feed. So you can retweet some of this stuff. Retweet, and that star means favorite. So you want to favorite the things that you like that they're saying. And if you want to start a conversation, reply to it. Okay? Reply and start a conversation with them. The more, it's all about targeted conversations on Twitter. So for me, I was in the science world on Twitter, and I would start up conversations with biologists all the time, and just like random people, what do you think about this? How about this? You know? People that are like writing like books and stuff. And, so that's
And do
what I
people
did.
always reply? Or
No,
not
they don't,
always, it just
but they get the
depends?
notification. The more notifications you can cause to somebody, the more they're going to pay attention to you.
Okay.
So if you're always retweeting their stuff, they're going to say, I'm going to follow you because you're cool, because you're making me look
They
good.
can see that you retweeted their stuff?
Yep.
And that means it's on your page of what they said?
Yep. And the favorite is just kind of like a like.
Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't go on your page, but you're just telling them that you like
So you
it.
get the best engagement by retweeting.
Yeah, I mean in the beginning.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's going in so many different places, and your name's attached to it whenever it gets retweeted. So
Do you, you do put
okay.
a lot of pictures in Twitter or video?
yeah, they do.
Because that's a new thing apparently. Video.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais does hilarious videos.
Pardon me?
Ricky Gervais.
Yes.
He's a comedian, I think.
Right.
Yeah, he does some really stupid videos on Twitter, and he gets a lot of engagement for doing that.
It's a good tip.
They're really dumb, but okay.
So if you retweet when somebody says it has their tag, if they retweet it from your page, is your name attached to it in any way, or it just continues
Yeah.
with the original
If they come from
person's
your
name?
page and they retweet it from your page, it'll keep on collecting the names.
Oh, it does,
as it
okay.
goes. Yeah.
Alright.
Yep. Stock famous people. This happened to me on Facebook. Well, it happened to me on Twitter too, and Instagram, but we'll just say it happened on Facebook with Eric Worre. I wrote up a post about him. Well, not about him, but a section of his book. I think chapter 2 of GoPro. I did a whole like book report basically post, and tagged him because I could tag him even if he's not my friend, which I thought that was pretty cool that I could do that.
On
And
Twitter?
No, on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And he found out through his notifications, and he put it on his page. So I was on Eric Worre's page for a
Oh,
while.
it's awesome.
So then I told my whole team, go to his page, check it out. You know. So as soon as you can get any kind of celebrity endorsement, basically that's what I call it, on the page, you're going to end up with a lot of followers. So now I had a whole bunch of people come message me and say, hey, I found you on Eric Worre's page. I'm like, yes, you did. But that happened to me on Twitter also with some famous authors and biologists. That's how I got my start. So I was just posting just funny science stuff, like dorky stuff, and a famous biologist found me doing that, and I retweeted some of his stuff, and he started following me. After he did that, I had 1,000 followers instantly.
Who was that?
His name is Richard Dawkins. Yep.
Sounds familiar. Been
Yeah.
on TV?
He debates people at universities all over the world.
Cool.
Very
Awesome. So, yep, so do that. Find all the famous people. Same thing like with me, like like I have pretty good engagement and a good following now on Facebook and whatever. So if you write something about me on Facebook, I'll put it on my page, even if it has your link on it, you know? So it's a good way to get onto other people's pages that have big followings.
Okay.
Is to say something really cool about them that they want people to see because it's like a testimony.
Okay.
So I get a testimony
Okay.
and you get exposure, right? So whenever, anybody does that, I usually put it on there. Let's see, favorite other tweets. Yep, just said that. Reply to them. It's all about conversation. Alright, here's another thing that's kind of cool. Can you guys read that? Controversy. Twitter's all about controversy. If you spend enough time on Twitter, the quiet behavior never makes history on Twitter. If you want to get famous on Twitter, you gotta be a little edgy. Because this is the place to do it. Instagram's, kind of the same way, but a little less like that. But Twitter is definitely the place. All the things that I'm going to train you to not post on Facebook is what you post on Twitter. Okay, so if you're going to talk crap about any company, Twitter. If you're going to say all the things you don't like about network marketing, Twitter. all the impolite things go in here. Because why? That stirs up conversation. That stirs up people starting to follow you. Now they're following you because you're edgy, because you're speaking your mind, because you're out loud, and it works. It works on there. Because people are searching those topics. That's another thing is what's trending and everything like that. That's also applies to Twitter. And your username that you have for Instagram should be the same as Twitter. Okay? You want to use the same all across the board if you can, if it's available. So mine is @NinjaCon, and it's the same on Instagram, Twitter, and it's on Snapchat now. Although I never check it, but one day I will. Controversy. All right, let's see what else.
I have a question for you on this.
Mhm.
With the Facebook and Twitter, connected.
Mhm.
So if you're tweeting
Mhm.
and it's controversial, it's going to go right on your Facebook.
No, I don't put it on there.
You don't link it.
No, I don't like it.
You don't. Okay.
No, because it gives them incentive to follow me in more places if I don't link them. So my Instagram has different things than my Facebook has.
Okay.
My Instagram has more personal stuff. Like Josh and I will be sitting around taking dumb selfies, and I'll put them on Twitter, or I'll put them on Instagram, but I won't put it on Facebook. So I'm giving them incentive to see, a closer look at my life
Right.
on Instagram if they come follow me. You know what I mean? Or my kids, I'll put my kids on Instagram, but I don't usually put them very much on Facebook.
All right.
So.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then I don't want it to go on Twitter to Facebook because it kind of looks weird anyway. It says like, you tweeted this. Plus, you're gonna forget. You're tweeting things on Twitter, and you're gonna forget it's going to Facebook. And Facebook is like where you have to shine. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, that's where your image is everything here.
Right.
So you can't mess up on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Holy Christ, I better keep my notes with me. And the learning curve is getting bigger.
One message, same as kind of like consistency. So if you're going to be edgy or whatever, keep that flowing throughout your page. You want to pay attention to what gets attention and what doesn't. Okay, so if you're getting a lot of retweets, one time I had 1,000 retweets.
Wow.
That's insane.
You're saying on one message that you did?
Did you get traffic from it?
Yeah. In fact, I tried to integrate my business into my last pages, and I sent it out there. I shot it out to Twitterland and with my link on there, and I only got one favorite. And I was like, oh, nobody liked this. But then I got an email from Twitter later, and it said that I had over like 800 views, 200 people clicked on my link, and I only got one favorite.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's like kind of like you never know who's watching on Twitter. It can grow really fast. I was getting 500,000 retweets a week
Whew.
at one point.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, 500 and something
But then wait,
thousand.
why did you get only one favorite?
Because it was an inconsistent message. My message was different. It was like science, business. They were like, ew, get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, oh, I have to delete those pages, they don't do me any good now.
Mhm.
So if you like business, science, or business, kids, they're gonna be like, you know, like business. I follow you because I want advice,
Mhm.
you know, I follow you
Right.
because I want your training, your value. I'm not following you because I care what you ate for Subway, like, or at Subway, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Who won the football game yesterday or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't care about that. So one message, you have to keep that consistent.
I just
So
like to
now
show
when
I
you
was
delete
real.
those pages, are you starting from scratch, or it'll be easy for those people to find you again?
No, I'm starting from scratch.
Okay.
I have rebuilt networks several times. So to me, I'm like, hey, whatever. I know how to do it, so it doesn't bother me to let them all go. They're not doing me any good now, so I'm moving on from that world.
But a lot of those followers there's maybe some
I signed
that
up
are
one person from there.
Yeah.
Out of 500,000. One. Because he came to Facebook. He followed me on Facebook. Yeah. All right, so I already said that. Lists. This is the last thing for this month. So there are lists on Twitter that most people don't know about. This is kind of advanced. I haven't even set mine up yet. I just know how to use them. There's lists on Facebook. And there's also lists on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, people are going to start adding you to lists, and you can see like what they are. They're going to be specific like categories of interest groups.
I haven't gotten that part yet. I've heard you say it, but it hasn't clicked.
Yeah, okay, so people add you to like network marketers in Baltimore list. It's almost like a group in Twitter. So now you're on there, in there, so whenever you go to those lists, it's all network marketers in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more targeted. Instead of following everybody in the whole world in network marketing, you can have lists to target like just Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So that's super awesome, because then if you want to send a tweet out just to those guys, you can.
Mm-hmm. Is that the same way when you're on like Facebook and you create, you know, just like the friends or the
Yep.
acquaintances or my
Yep.
company, and
Yep.
then you can, you know,
Same
have a
thing.
post and it just goes to them
Yep.
on Facebook? That's what you mean by lists?
Yep.
Okay,
Same thing.
got it.
So it
Click.
gives you a targeted niche area on Twitter to
Mhm.
organize people, so.
And you can spend all your time there if you want to, in other
Sure.
words.
Yep.
Let the entire Twitter universe see just
Yep.
Baltimore.
Go out and find people that are in Baltimore, just hashtag Baltimore. Now you're gonna find people that are
Got it.
doing that, yeah. Then you can add them to the list.
Awesome.
Alright, so let's talk about what not to do. Not do. It's gonna be the opposite. Whatever I say is gonna go on that side. Okay. Kind of talked about this a little bit, but when you first set up your Facebook account, when did you start Facebook?
Allison set up my Facebook to send me pictures of Brazil. I was the only person not on Facebook, like a year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I probably, the last thing I posted was my kids on Halloween, and before that was probably 6 months before that.
Okay, so here's what happens when people get on Facebook. They join Facebook, and then Facebook starts suggesting them friends on the side. And it's like your teacher from 3rd grade, and then it's like your mechanic from last week, and it's like random people that you've come in contact with, and it knows somehow, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
And
There's
then it
people-
taps into their
Yeah,
networks, and then it
right.
suggests their friends to you. So what happens? Now you're gonna have all the education crowd coming, now you're gonna have all
Mixing
the
with all the-
automotive people over here, and that is not a targeted audience. Facebook screws you up for business, right out the gates. So if you're just using your regular page,
Mhm.
you're already in trouble, okay? So, you don't wanna have a broad audience, you don't wanna have your friends and family, you don't wanna have people that you come in contact with unless you think you can sell them something, basically, okay? If they're interested in business, and that's what it's all about, is they have to be interested in the industry already, you know? I don't wanna mess with people that I have to explain network marketing to. I don't have time for that, you know? I wanna work with people that are already done in it. So, yeah, if you have 0 targeting, you're in trouble.
I have 0 targeting.
Yep. Most people do. Inconsistent message. So, how many of you guys are checking into places like, well, let's see, Josh goes to Panera Bread. If he checks in, he's in trouble because I've been trying to train him. Alright? So, Yeah, I swear
You
he
mean
checked
checking in
it.
from Perry, don't
He
you?
checked it at Chick-fil-A on his page, and I was like, take that off of there. You're
That's
not checking the Chick-fil-A.
hilarious.
It's not
What do you mean, just, in other words, just saying, hey, I'm in Chick-fil-A?
Okay, yeah.
You mean
Yeah,
say
and he
letting
like
people
wrote
know
out,
where
he's
you
like,
are.
the pickles are the best, like he's like doing a review. I'm like,
That's hilarious.
this is not good. Nobody wants to see this.
You just got
I'm like-
unfollowed
I'm
by
like,
thousands.
I'm like, I need to help you on your page, like it's really bad. He's like, I don't do social media. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna help you out anyways. So, inconsistent message. I don't care, we're checking in, and this is what happens, people go like this, hey, come join my business, we're making so much money over here, it's so amazing, we're all, millionaires now all of a sudden, and then the next week, oh my god, I'm so broke, I can't pay my rent. Like, in the same, I'm like, how do you go from one
Makes people
thing to
really
the
want to
next?
follow you.
I'm like, at least act like you're rich if you're gonna stay, say that, but, that's inconsistent, you can't post a picture of your food and then, in the network marketing, like, no, it doesn't, unless you have a really powerful message attached to that food, that's inconsistent, you have to have the same message.
But you don't have two Facebook pages, right?
No, well, I do, but I don't use the other one, because it doesn't make any money. I only use the one that makes me money.
So what do? Get rid of all your friends?
Yeah, I don't care, I don't, if they wanna be my friend, they can add me.
Well, I don't care either.
On my
I don't
new
post
page.
anything on there. Like I said, I post
I'm like,
like
here's
once
my-
every
I-
6 months.
I put my phone number in my last pages, I put this is how you can get a hold of me, and that's it, and I left, and everything else. Nobody called me, so I was like, peace out.
That's it.
So, pull versus push, or push versus
Oh.
pull, marketing, okay?
Mm.
This is an important topic, this is where everybody screws up, for sure. I see this a lot. Todd's guilty of it.
I tell her every day.
Yeah,
I tell her every day. What did I tell you last thing I'm gonna do? Tell her.
that's it. We're tweaking.
What'd I tell you?
Push, pull. We were talking
What am
about it
I not
last
do- What am I
night.
not doing anymore?
You're not posting in those groups anymore. And you know what? Honest to God, when we were talking last night, I was like, damn, you're right. And you get that uneasy feeling
Mhm.
of like, this is not what, like, I know Susan Sly is not freaking posting in freaking groups.
Yeah,
You know what
it's
I
just
mean?
the subject matter she was just talking about.
That's
And I
right.
said that, I said, we're learning from Jen. I
Yeah.
said, Jen doesn't do this.
Yeah.
I said, you know what, even if we were good at it and I was getting 10 signups a day from it,
Yeah.
it might be tempting to keep, but it's not duplicatable.
Right.
So why do it?
Yep.
And a lot of other things.
That's
I'm in
right.
the dark. Help me.
Okay, so, have you ever heard push versus pull before?
For Facebook?
Marketing, just in general.
Not really.
Push marketing is like email. When you send out, you're pushing it to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you're, like email marketing, because you're sending a spam message to their inbox. Bam, 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 it's going out. Or if you're on Facebook and it says, I'm looking for 3 people who want to make $500 this week.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're looking for somebody or, just overly zealous with your opportunity on your status, okay, you're push marketing. You're
Okay.
trying to get it out to people. I don't ever post about my opportunity on my page. I mean, I may hashtag MDC, but I don't put like, hey, I want to sign up 5 people right now. I signed up 50 some people last month and I didn't ask anybody to join. So how did I do that? Pull
Tell me.
marketing. Pull marketing.
Okay.
In fact, I have a screenshot that I'm about to post of somebody that said, thank you, Jen. I'm having people chase me instead of me chase them. Your training's working. So I know it works. And it duplicates. So pull marketing is I'm pulling you to me. I am becoming so attractive to you that you're
Mm-hmm.
gravitating toward me. You guys found me on Facebook. And he said, we're going to work with her. I pulled you to me, right? So that's what it's all about, attraction marketing. Spam versus attraction. All the affiliates at the bottom of the tree, right, are doing spam marketing, okay? They are. They don't know what they're doing, so they're going out and they're trying to, hey, come sign up. Hey, come sign up. Hey, can I tell you about my
This
opportunity?
is why I've done nothing so far. So tell me the right
Yeah.
way. Okay.
Because, think about it. If I go up to you and I say, hey, I really, really want to show you something. Can you, if I give you this, will you watch it? You're going to be like, I don't know, I'm not really interested yet, I don't know. But if I'm just like, this is what I'm doing, take it or leave it, if you have the demeanor of, or your posture of, I'll walk away and I don't care. you know, sure, you can come work with me if you want to, but I don't care if you do or not. You know, that's more attractive. Now think about this in a relationship, okay? I always compare this to dating and stuff. I always used to say this, and it's jacked up a little bit, but just hear me out. He who cares the least wins. Think about it in your relationships,
Absolutely,
right?
definitely.
When you're married, are you married?
No.
In a relationship? Anybody? Okay.
Yes.
Maybe we have probably in the past.
Yes,
It's like, usually the girl cares the least, I think, is usually how it happens. And we're just like, oh, I don't care, you know, whatever. You can chase me if you want to, you know, and then that chase happens, right? Okay, that's attraction marketing, same thing. But as soon as that person turns around and is like, you know, comes back to them and wants them all the time, they lose their interest because they'd already caught the
Right.
rabbit, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
it's the same thing here. Attraction marketing and attraction spouse is the same thing. How do you be more attractive on Facebook? You have to give to your audience, because that's going to cause them to come follow you. Actually, that's the next thing. I'm going to cover that in just a second. Let's do this. This matters too. And I said this for a second earlier. Expectations. So, I started out on pay-per-click, Google AdWords. Pay-per-click is how I got several jobs. Actually, I just impressed them. I call them on the phone and I say, hey, your website sucks, but I can get you at the top of Google. Give me $100 in 30 minutes and I'll do it. And they did, and I got hired a few times doing that for big companies because I understood pay-per-click. So, pay-per-click's all about expectations. I mean, there's a few other things, obviously, but if you think about it, if you're on Google searching for diamond rings, okay, and you see, and you're looking for one that's $5,000, okay, so diamond rings, $5,000, Baltimore, right next to where you are, right? You click on it, and you go there, and it's the kind of rings from the grocery store, and, you know, the little cheap plastic ones. You're going to leave the website. Okay, that's not what I wanted. How many times have you gone, you clicked on an ad, or you clicked on a website, and then you went there and it wasn't what you wanted? That's why we have so many options, right? Because the first couple suck, right? Expectations. Our expectations were not met, so we left. That's called bounce rate. We bounced off the page. So, how is this the same in Facebook? If you're presenting yourself to be a leader in the industry, and you're providing value on your page, and you're awesome in every single way, well, what happens when they go to your page? What are they going to get? What are they going to see? Are they going to see you in a picture of your cat, or your dog, or your 10 babies in the background, or, you know, your dirty front room? You know what I mean? Like, what are they looking at when they get to your page? Are they going to see all kinds of inappropriate posts? How many people have, like, news shared, like, 1,000 times, you know, news articles, and, oh, this is this, you know, this sucks, all these overly zealous opinions. If you have all that on your page, they're going to come to your page, and they're going to click right off of it. And no. When you're adding people on Facebook that are adding you, and you go to their page and see if you want to accept them as a friend, you go to their page, right, and you see who they are, and that's how you decide if you're going to connect or not. So expectations matters. If they think you're going to be one way and your page is horrible, they're going to leave. So you have to make sure you have a good, clean profile picture, a nice, clean cover photo. And I always tell them, have them match the same kind of color scheme.
Oh, not like mine?
Yeah, I mean, you want to just think about it like it's a website, not just a Facebook page, okay? So your Facebook is a website. If it's a website, it's going to have a color theme. It's going to have, everything's going to be clean, right? You're not going to have all the books you read last summer that have nothing to do with business,
Right.
or all the shows that you watch, Lost, and all this, you know, mentalist. I don't want to know all that. I want to know you're here for business. I don't want to know that you're here playing Candy Crush. You know what I mean? So, your page has to have all that extra stuff hidden. You don't want to have any of that on there. Self-driven versus value-driven. The first thing we do on Facebook when we first join is we're selfish, okay? We're selfish people. We want to post about everything that interests us or everything that's on our mind. Facebook asks us, what's on your mind? So we just post whatever the heck we want, right? And you're like, oh, you know, I don't really agree with the new president, you know, I don't really agree with this, or, you know,
It's another $1 million.
I'm about to go, I'm about to take a shower, you know, like all this stuff people put on Facebook. It's self-driven. The average person not in network marketing gets on Facebook for them. It's all about their life, right? But if you're in business, it's not about you anymore. Now you sacrifice your whole life on Facebook for your business. Now nobody cares how you really are, okay? Because now it's value driven. So now it's all about your audience. Now you're only there for them. So what, like you post things like I do, like why are you following me on Facebook? Because I want to know what my audience wants to hear. So value driven. I know about social media, so that's what I'm going to give. Maybe you know how to crochet, so maybe you want to teach that. You know, maybe you know how to ride a horse, and you're going to teach that. And maybe you know how to videotape people, so you're going to teach that. Whatever it is that you know about. It doesn't necessarily have to be network marketing related, but if you can give something to the industry, you're going to be better off. So you want to go from self-driven to value-driven. And these are all the same over here. Just do whatever I say opposite. This is another mistake. There's no brand. That's not a dot there. Oops. Okay. So, another mistake that people make is they don't have a brand. Okay? You want to try to make your name a brand. I understand that, but you have to, I mean, honestly, like, for real, like most big people have their own logo. Okay? They have their own, they're branding themselves. Jenn Kahan has a ninja logo, like I have, like just the eyes, you know. I have a few actually, but you want to brand yourself. Like really, if you're going into business for yourself, you have to brand Dina, you got to brand Allison, you got to brand ToddYoung.com. You got to come up with your logo, your business cards, your whole nine, you know, you're in business for yourself. So it has to be a really good brand. I mean, people say you can brand the company or not. I don't care if you throw that in there or not. I usually don't, because I am my own company. When I file my taxes, it doesn't say MDC on it. You know, that's that company. I just work with that company. That's my vehicle. So, common mistake. Let's see. So, the whole idea on Facebook is to become a leader. Okay, the leaders are the only people in these companies that are making any money. Okay, the people on top, right? That's why they keep calling us pyramids. So you have to be the guy on the top to make it. So how do you do that? You become a leader because it's in our DNA to have people gravitate towards the leader. Life in general is one big game of follow the leader. So you have to be that person in order to get a big following and to make it in this industry. Let's see. How to get engagement? By engaging in other people's posts. Okay. So the more love you give to somebody else, it's going to come back to you. And on just like Instagram and Twitter, when I said go to the competitors' pages, you can go to fan pages on Facebook and follow all their followers that way. Because a lot of the leaders are hiding their friends list, so you can't see it. You may be able to see their followers, but you can't see their friends list because they're going to hide it. But if you go to fan pages, you can follow all the followers on their fan pages. So you can go to Jenn Kahan's my main page, and I have 8,000 something people on there, so you can follow.
Do you do more people's personal pages and follow their people, or do you go more to groups and or pages?
Yeah, when I first got started, I did a little bit of both, but I would go to the big leaders' pages and see who's engaging in their page and add all their friends.
And add all the people who are engaging as friends.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I'd leave a comment myself with like a picture or a meme or whatever, something noticeable. Because everybody was leaving just one-liner comments. Boom, wow, awesome, nice, love it. All the same generic posts. So I used to put in like pictures. So that way I was different than everybody else. And then they started following me back. Also, I don't know if you guys have ever participated in a viral party on Facebook. Have you ever seen the add me trains where it's like, oh, share this and add your name, add me to the bottom of it? Have you seen those before?
No.
No? I was the queen of that when I first got started. So I would have like a stupid picture, like a meme or something. Then I would have instructions. So it would be like 1, like this image. 2, share this image. 3, tag your friends below and say add me.
What you just said, do you find more people actually following your instructions when you actually put the instructions versus just putting something without instructions? Like even telling somebody to like, comment, share.
Mhm.
1, 2, and 3.
You can tell if it's a viral post if there's instructions.
Mhm.
That is a telltale sign of a viral post versus a value post.
Mhm.
A value is you don't really care who engages, but you're just giving with nothing in return. They're gonna come anyway, but without expecting anything. But a viral post is, the whole purpose of it is to get it out into the internet.
Mhm.
So you wanna choose a real good picture, a funny one usually, and then have some kind of like, theme. Like I had like mafia baby
Mhm.
party, like just stupid stuff, like whatever.
When would you put your link in there, or would you ever? Sometimes
I
you would,
wouldn't
sometimes you
put
wouldn't.
my link in there initially. I would wait till I got to 160 shares or so,
Mhm.
and then I would edit the post and add it in later.
Got it.
So then it blasted on everybody's page.
Mhm.
When you edit it, it's gonna
It'll,
repost to everybody who,
Mhm. It'll send it all out. And the key to going viral by yourself, okay, because you're not always gonna have people just ready to go. What I used to do is I used to get like 4 or 5 people involved. So you guys all right here? I'd be like, all right, we're gonna make Todd go viral today. And I used to have people basically make appointments with me on how to go viral, like to go viral. It was hilarious. It's like, Jen, I wanna go viral Monday. Okay, I wanna go on Tuesday. All right. So say we're gonna make Todd go viral. I'll, help pick out a good image. I'll write up the instructions. And I'll say, okay, Todd, go post it now. And I always wait for the heightened times to post on Facebook. So Monday,
whichever one.
like 9 to 10 a.m. is good. Friday night, always bad. Don't ever post on Friday. I don't ever post on Friday. Well, I used to not, but now I don't care. So he posts, and then I say, okay, everybody, you guys go like it. So you're gonna go like it, you're gonna like it, you're gonna like it. Then I'm gonna say, Todd, work your friends list. Go message everybody in your friends list to get involved on your page. Hey, come take a look at my page. Hey, will you like my post? Hey, will you show some love? I'll give you love back. I used to do that a lot. I say, hey, show some love on my page, and I'll come back and like everything on your page. And they would, because they want me to like all their stuff too. So I do that to hundreds of people.
And
Copy
these
and
are
paste.
all networkers,
All networkers.
because the average person's not gonna really care.
Yeah, all
Okay.
networkers. Well, because your list is already built. You already have networkers on your page. And then I would say, okay, now we're gonna share it to groups. Okay, so you're in 200 groups, you're in 500 groups, and you're in 100 groups. So go share to all your groups. And then
The same post that
same post.
you put instructions on.
They call this juicing a post, okay? So I'm juicing your post, right, by sharing it and liking it and all this stuff. So then I'm gonna tell everybody that's in my group, my viral group, I'm gonna say, go juice your shares. So let's say Todd shares it to work from home. So now it's in this group over here. So I'm gonna say, Allison juiced the share. So she's gonna go to this group and then share it from there into some other group or to somewhere else, to another page or whatever. And then we're going to share hers to somewhere else. And once you keep sharing the share, eventually it just blows up. And then you have thousands of, likes and stuff. I have another viral post with another, 1,000 whatever on there, but it had
Because they can
hundreds of
see
shares.
that it was shared multiple times, is that why?
because now so many people are being notified of it, and it's just going all over the internet. So obviously the bigger the group you have, the better. But that's how you go viral. I mean, you got to do it all at once because of the algorithm. Okay, EdDrink's algorithm, which is Facebook's algorithm. They change stuff all the time. So decay is the D in the algorithm, which means the time from when it was posted. You have to go viral from the second that you post. Otherwise, it has almost no chance of being seen by people. Which is why it's important to have, a few people ready to go so they can get it out fast. Then it has a better chance of being seen by others.
Mhm.
So like my post that I did that got 1,500, 2,000 whatever comments, that started off right away, and I can usually look at my page after I post something. If I'm getting 1 like per minute, then I know that it will probably take off. But if it's like 4 likes in 11 minutes, I might as well delete it. So that's kind of how I look at
Do you
that.
post that to groups yourself?
What?
What you just said?
I used to do that all the time.
Yep.
But I don't do it now.
Mhm.
Because I hate that Facebook changed it so that now I can see who's posting in groups.
Right.
So that's the only thing that kind of sucks about it is they're going to see Jenn Kahan shared it like 100 million times to all these groups, and I'm going to be in everybody's feed for like days.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But, you know, if it's a funny picture though, people will usually get involved.
Mhm.
So that has nothing to do with network marketing usually, other than you're going to have friends list. So if you start tagging people and get all your friends on there and they're all saying add me, people will join in that because they all want all your friends, right? And you want all their friends. So those add me trains are powerful. That's how I maxed out my friends list so fast. And then lastly, test your statuses. Like I just said, you're going to look and see what takes off and what doesn't. So if you have a post that only gets like 3 likes, and then you have another post that gets 20 likes, what type of status will you post again? The kind that has 20 likes, not the kind that has 3. So I'm always like testing my statuses. Like I did one today that has nothing to do with network marketing. I'm talking about sunglasses in the car. I said that I sing in the car, but only if I have my sunglasses on because then nobody can see me. So I'm testing to see, I post random topics just to see what people engage on. If that doesn't take off like by, you know, the next hour or 2, I'll delete it. So,
That makes sense.
yeah. I think that's it. Wrapped it up.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen.
You're like Santa Claus.
I am Santa Claus.